It's after midnight and I leave for the Super Show tomorrow.
This experience had some major excitement, some major letdowns, and then a really awesome end result. Watch to the end of the video to see my really exciting turnaround.
I'm up late prepping everything so my partner can take care of all of my reptiles while I'm gone. So excited.
I got all my insects separated and gut loading for my crew, going to bed.
So it's morning, I'm dressed, and I'm getting everyone set up to be good before I leave. Right now, I'm working on this guy.
I love this guy.
The
Ambro's
outdoor
staring
aquarium
off into
enclosure. I'm
space
dropping in
with
a
a head
whole
full of
lot of
deep
bugs
thoughts.
for them. I got their automatic mister set up on a timer. Yes, let's keep it going. Finally, I'm in the car. I wildly underestimated how much time I needed this morning to tie up all the loose ends. I went to bed last night at about 1:30 a.m., 2 a.m. and I'm like, okay, I did all the things. I'd not done all the things, but I'm on my way to Anaheim. I'm so excited. I left 2 hours later.
I made it to my hip camp, and I am so stoked about this place. It's amazing. It's definitely a glamping situation, secluded, lots of nature. I've been seeing so many little lizards running around, sunsets right there. Yeah, definitely happy with my life choices right now.
Good morning, guys. I woke up super early to make my way down. This is my first time going to the Super Show, so I don't know if there's going to be people waiting to get in, like waiting in line to get into the Super Show. So yeah, the place I decided to stay, that awesomeness, is about an hour and a half away from the convention center. I had no issues with that. I wanted to stay somewhere super cool, and that place 1,000,000 zillion thousand gabillion% met my expectations. Yeah. So I'm heading over. It is about 6 a.m. right now. I'm gonna get there like 7 something. Yeah, and I'll see what I'm working with. May have time, well, most definitely likely have time to go like get some food and all that other good stuff. But yeah, last night was so awesome. There were so many frogs I could hear and like other wildlife. There were coyote barking. I love that place. It was super cool. All right, I'm gonna get to driving because this is dangerous. Bye. So I'm at the convention center, walking around trying to find my way to the entrance, wherever the hell it is. I was trying to get in on a vendor's pass, but my Connect isn't here yet. So I am wandering around.
And it's time. So I was the first person in the VIP line because, well, I got here stupid early. No regrets.
Almost time.
0 regrets. Oh man, check this place out. It's so big. Oh man, beyond excited. Beyond excited. No words. Lots of words.
Wristbands only. Just show us your wristbands. Show us your wristbands. Come on in. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh man, I'm so excited. So these guys are who I'm here for. I'm gonna pick up this trio. This girl, and this monster of a boy.
Let's get to exploring.
Beautiful.
These
He
bugs
also
were
has
so
some
beautiful. But the first thing that blew my mind were these guys. I'm so stoked I got to see these enclosures in person. They are amazing. They're still a little too rich for my budget, but one day, man, one day.
Oh my god. So this is my first time holding a snake, and I have
One
to
of the
say,
cool things about events
way
like
less
this is it
scary
allows
than I
us
thought
to
it was gonna be.
experience each other's weird niche hobbies.
He feels
like
so
pinning bugs.
strong. It's
so
crazy
cool.
how strong
I got to
he
check out
feels.
Leap Habitats in person, which was interesting.
I'm
They're definitely cool setups. I would be interested in working with one of them, but right now they don't have any that are 4 feet tall, so they don't quite meet the needs of chameleons, of panther chameleons specifically. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see them in person. I grabbed some cool plants for our pond. So I grabbed these pitcher plants to put in our outdoor pond. We have some in there already that are doing really well. So I'm excited to add some more. I can't get enough of these guys. Look at these bugs, these butterflies. Like, I had no idea the amount of biodiversity that exists within butterflies. And maybe some of these guys maybe there's some moths in the mix as well. But they just really, really blew my mind. I was very excited about spending time with them. There's a really awesome one. Oh, there it is. It's coming up. Bam, that iridescent blue. Whoa. These guys are baby full-blooded red monsters. I may actually go back and get one of these guys tomorrow. We'll see. Some crested geckos, and what really blew my mind, wait for it, 5K. It's a beautiful animal though, but wow, whoa, just awesome.
I would so like if you were to pick either one of these two, like just off this one doesn't have as many spots, it does have more side pattern. However,
of course, there were lots and lots of snakes. This dead leaf lizard was so beautiful.
I got to meet this lovely
symmetrical
individual here.
with
So excited, so stoked.
at the start of his tail. The species variety at this show was so impressive. From this guy to pythons, of course, to having all kinds of different invertebrates. I walked away with some of my favorites, which are millipedes. And then these guys, which were clearly the star of the show, these amazing, not at all synthetic animals. And then this guy. I've never seen a Miller's chameleon in person, and it is impressive, large, and just beautiful.
This is the face of heartbreak. I have been so stoked all day about potentially getting these guys. And when I went to go, I had a feeling all day. I had a feeling like, oh, I'm nervous. I don't know if this is going to work out. I don't know if it's going to work out. And when I went to go and get them before I left, the vendor said he no longer wants to sell them. He said there's a chance. He gave me his phone number so that I could text him and see how he's feeling come tomorrow. But I don't want to get my hopes up because my hopes have been up all day. All day my hopes have been so high. But anyway, this show has been pretty epic. It is by far the coolest reptile show I've ever been to. I got to meet Bill Strain in person, the real Herb Hero, just like really cool people. And yeah, Happy Gecko. Man, just such cool people. And I'm stoked. I'm so happy I got to come and I got to have this experience. And there were also, like with all good, there's also some bad, right? So there were some sad sights to see. A turtle who, I don't know, had a bit of snot situation going on. Don't think that's normal. Wondered if that meant he had a bit of a respiratory infection. And they were also crawling around in their own poop, which was very sad. And then some other guys just looking not so happy inside of
setups and enclosures. I'm a little winded. That was a little bit of a walk. I'm not in as great shape as I want to be. Anyway, but it was a great day overall, and there's a lot of room for this community, a lot of room for the reptile industry to grow, for sure, in terms of the way that we take care of these animals and the links that we're willing to go to make sure that they're getting proper care. I had a great conversation with Bill, and it was illuminating with Bill Strand of Chameleon Academy.
When the end is not
it was
the end.
illuminating
Actually,
in a lot of
I have
different
a bit
ways
more
and
because
encouraging.
something so
I really appreciate
amazing
that
happened.
human being.
Let me tell you what.
For sure, yeah. All right, y'all, that's what I got. Thank you for watching. All right, y'all, so I'm back at my campsite, and this day took the most amazing turn, like the best turn it possibly could have taken. So I was on the phone with my partner, and I was telling her how bummed I was because I wasn't going to be able to get the euros that I wanted. And I was telling her, oh, but there was another guy that had some blue Arabians, or Arabian blues, however you want to say them. And I was like, oh, I'll go check with him, because I honestly never thought I never see those anywhere. So I was like, that's very cool. So I went back to his table to check with him about those guys. And he was like, he still had them on his table, but I asked, and he's like, oh, no, sorry, those are already sold. And I was like, no. So my partner got kind of upset. Well, not upset, but she was like righteously mad for me, mad before I got mad, because I passed on getting any other reptiles today, because I'm like, all right, I committed to buying these €3 from this other person. I'm not like, I can't buy anything else. So I like committed to getting those euros. I took it out of my mind. I wasn't going to get anything else. And then as I was walking to leave the event, I started getting kind of a little mad. And I was like, I feel like he kind of screwed me. He kind of screwed me a little bit. And my partner was like, yeah, he did. And she's like, you should go and talk to him and tell him. And I really appreciated her. Like, I just appreciated her. It was very, anyway. So she's like, you should go talk to him. So I walked near his table, but there were still folks over there. And I'm like, this isn't, like, I want to have a wholehearted conversation about this. Like, this isn't, I don't want to just like walk up to his table, like blah, 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 and like throw up words. So I went back to my car. My partner's like, oh yeah, she says, I was thinking you could go talk to him tomorrow, maybe text him, because he'd given me his phone number. So I went back to the car, and I was sitting there, and I was like, oh, I think I want to go. I'll just stay and go to the US ARC benefit auction, because I was going to come back to my campsite. And but I decided, no, I'll go ahead and do that instead. But before I went back in the building, I texted the guy and was like, hey, I was like, I was like, this is summer. And I basically said, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but there were, I passed up on opportunities to get other animals because I'd committed myself to buying yours. And, if you would reconsider, that would be awesome. And I told him, I totally understood you not wanting to sell them because you're attached to them. But I would give them a really good life. I put husbandry first, all of that stuff. So I sent a text. I went inside and I went to the US ARC table to get information about the auction. And then he texted back and he was like, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. And then he's like, are you still here? And I was like, oh, yes. I was like, yeah, I'm still here. And I told him that I was going to buy the 3 for $1,800, which was a steal. And then I told him I was willing to pay $2,000, and then he asked me if I was willing to go up to $2,200. And I was like, yes, I am. I was actually willing to go up to $2,500. So I was like, yes, I'm willing to go up to $2,200, which put them at about $733 each, which was really close to the price that the Arabian Blues were. Those guys were $700 a piece. So I was like, I'll walk over right now. So I walked over to his table, and he had already started to bag them, and now I have them. And I walked out of that convention center feeling like this is one of the best days of my life. And I've been so stoked and excited about it. And it made me reflect on all the other best days of my life. So I think I may make a video that's just all the best days of my life because it just felt so good to reflect on that. I don't know if people want to watch that or not, but I want to reflect on it and then have a record that I can watch. So yeah, but yay, I have them. I'm so stoked. They're sleeping right now, so I don't want to disturb them to show them to you, but you've seen them and they are the most beautiful Euros I've ever seen in person, in pictures, and like they are so epically amazing, and I feel blessed. That is my surprise ending. All right, I'm done. I'm out of here. Like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. This is the best reptile show I've ever been to. And also, I walked away with some pretty serious thoughts about the idea of reptile shows. But that's for another video. All right, I'm out of here. Bye.